Birth is for that which is dead. Grieve not for what is inevitable. I am the shadow looking by your side. They call me conscience just before you die. One fate determined to carry out its shrine. I am the reaper for your last ride. Your last ride. Your last ride.
You are tuned into QSJ Radio, the home of the unsigned artist.
Big shout out to everybody listening, tuned in to QSJRadio.com, home to the unsigned artists. And today we have special guests in the building. I'm going to assume lead of this incredible group right here, but James Ryder is here for the band. Ryder, how you doing, James?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey man, let me tell you. So we're from around the same neighborhood, but really not. But because I'm gone. I left New York a long time ago. So but a little bit. Ryder is a 4-piece hard rock band, hailing from Queens, New York. Are you guys formed about like almost 8 years ago? The group has been marked as throughout North America. Right? You guys been doing a bunch of things. You guys signed to a UK-based label in 2021, which means that you must have been working through the pandemic, but we're not going to tell nobody about that. But shout out to Bad Monkey Records. They utilize their brand of natural classic rock vibes to throw down in front of a modern crowd, which is crazy hard, okay? We're talking about... like, you know how these old school rappers are trying to bring lyricism back and they're trying to do it at a high school. Like, it's just not going to happen. But anyways, James, you're the lead singer and guitarist. That was you on the vocals?
That was me on the vocals.
Oh, man. You know, I could just tell this last ride as you was going in on it that's something personal. What was going on in that song right there?
Oh man, that song was just fun to put together. We recorded it last year in 2022 at Obscenic Arts Studios. We had Anthony Esposito as our producer, and basically that song got its start over the pandemic while we were home. I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, ever been since I was a kid. And the Undertaker's Last Ride documentary came out, hence the title. Not so subtly taken.
Right.
But so yeah, just like it just kind of snowballed from there, and me and Andrew, my other guitar player, we just started bouncing some ideas off of each other, and then we brought it to the band, and what you hear is what you hear.
So, another thing that we got in common, Mark Calloway. I've been a fan of him since, you know what I mean? So, seeing that kind of generation go away, is making me feel old, but we already know. If you guys didn't know, Mark Calloway is Undertaker's, government name, okay? Because he went through some names in the day. So, being a wrestling fan, also something that is meaningful to this group, right? Like this are all you guys wrestling fans?
I mean, me and my drummer Billy back in the day was. Andrew and Eric not so much. And Andrew a little bit. Like he got into it like later on, because like around like 2019 he was like kind of pestering, like, oh, watch AEW, and I'm like, nothing wrong,
but those small guys, usually it takes a lot to get used to, and what we mean by that, guys, is promotional wrestling. Like sometimes these guys will fall off fast, so it's like don't get used to something that won't be there for a while. But they did their thing. As wrestling fans, I understand that. What's crazy is, you guys have been doing this for about 6 years, well, maybe 7 years now, right?
Going
And
on 7. Yeah.
you guys did a lot of things with a lot of big names. I'm trying to figure out like there's just no way in less than 10 years you've done legendary stuff unless there's a background. There's got to be something that put you guys together. How did Ryder form and then how did these national acts happen?
Just a lot of years of grinding and working hard. Yeah, Ryder came together. Andrew was the first person. We found him, and well, I found him, and I asked him if he wanted to join. And at the time, I was coming out of another project, and and I was just starting this one. And so, Andrew joined, and then later on, Billy came next, and then Eric a little later on. We've gone through different drummers, different bass players, but the lineup we got now, me, Andrew, Billy, and Eric is probably the strongest.
Now, I want to just let everybody know when I say about these national acts, I'm going to just say some names here because, for me, I'm just like, you guys in Lizzie in there, you got Aerosmith, you're doing stuff with Black Sabbath. They're
Well,
inspiring your guys. They're inspiring you guys to incorporate it into modern ways because those names right there are like forever names, and you guys are just bringing that into your creativity.
oh, absolutely. I love Thin Lizzy. I love Gary Moore's guitar playing. Aerosmith, Steven Tyler is an amazing front man. Black Sabbath, obviously Ozzy, Tony Iommi. I mean, I could keep going on and on.
One of the things that I want to let everybody understand real quick too is let me name some people real quick because people don't understand. Blondie, right? Simon and Garfunkel, right? We go Anthrax. We'll go the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. We'll go Live, right? These are bands that came from New York City, okay? Being from New York City and the way that the demographic is there, has it been hard for you guys to create that kind of staple like yeah we're a band from New York and we got this new classic rock coming out for you, like I don't know how that is for you guys, like is it a struggle, is it has something that became easy, or has it had its ups and downs and how you overcoming them?
Oh, it's always had its ups and downs. I mean, starting out, you know, I think the best way to put it is you're always constantly proving yourself, which, to me is awesome because it's like, it doesn't give me any room as a musician and a performer to slack, but yeah, you're always constantly proving yourself. And it's like, even when you prove to, you can prove to one set of people that, oh yeah, you're a tight band, you're great. Well, then there's another set of people, who haven't seen you before, like, I don't know about them. You can't win them
Wow.
all,
Yeah.
but you take what you can get.
So Ryder is has anything special about these names? I never understood like band names. Some people push it. Some people keep it simple. Where did the name Ryder come from?
It's basically, just it sounded cool. I've been James Ryder for years, and it was just my old project. I kind of had a thing for like three-letter names and whatever, and that didn't really work out for me. So when I was starting new, I think I got into an argument with my old bass player at
Oh
the
man.
time, and he's just like, oh well, you should start a solo project, call it Ryder. I'm like, that's a pretty good name for a band.
Off of an argument.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Big shout out to everybody listening. If you guys are just tuning in, I'm on air right now with James Ryder out of Queens, New York. Him and the band been doing this thing for a very good time, and we're going to talk to them right now about their single that they've been pushing. I know we talked about a new single that's coming out tomorrow. It seems like everybody's dropping singles on Fridays now. Guys, I never get these singles, okay? I'm sorry. But don't worry, we'll do our thing with it. But Lillian's Lullaby, like it seems a little bit of angelic, when you saying things like that, like, and not only that, the song. What's this song about?
Well, this song, especially this new version that just came out, this is the acoustic version. The original version came out last year as a standalone single. This song is about a not so savory experience that I had about 2 years ago. It was basically a situation where I wasn't in the best of places and I could have lost my life. And it's just, overcoming, a lot of that stuff and, finding the strength and, turning something beautiful into something that was just really crappy.
But Lillian's, like, is that a specific person? Is that a flower? Is that a
No, it's when I said I could have lost my life. Just to give a little detail, I had met someone, and basically they had admitted to me weeks later after the fact that they were trying to cut my throat and sacrifice me to the goddess Lilith. So the reason it's called Lillian's Lullaby is a play off of the name.
And here it is, the acoustic version, Lillian's Lullaby on QSJRadio.com. I'm glad you're still here with us.
Led me on, I felt secure. New York game when I walked through the door. Wish I'd seen past those deadly eyes. One hand gave while the other. You tricked me and drew me in. Scared, not scared, no urge to resist. Why did you make your kiss so sweet? Lillian's Lullaby. Suck the poison from your hips. The sweet nectar burns against my lips. I'm afflicted, bound in your sick, twisted hell. Could have lost my soul in your web of lies. Cast your spell, pulled a veil over my eyes. You tricked me and pulled me in. Scared, not scared, no urge to resist. Why did you make your kiss so sweet? Lillian's Lullaby. Lillian's Lullaby.
know the song continues on, but what kind of scary or wow? Wait, hold on. Let me give you an applause first, because I'm gonna tell you, I almost like went back in time there with you. Like, what was that?
Um, it. Long story short, I had put my trust in this woman who, I'm not gonna disclose who it is. More
Yeah.
so out of respect for, for her family. Or she has a son, so yeah, I put my trust in her. We met up, and she drugged me and took advantage of me. And I woke up the following morning, and I'd cut marks all over my body, and yeah, basically went home. And a few days later, just she openly admitted to me, like, yeah, I was trying to I was trying to kill you, but you were too fidgety. And it was just the way that it was said was just so nonchalant, and just so like literally like I was a means to an end. It was just so very matter of fact. So yeah, it's a deep song.
It is deep. It is a deep story. It
Yeah.
is. It is almost as if wow. Now I know this. I know it's a single. I know you probably told this story many times, but was the relationship, was it as dangerous as it ended, or was it something that came out of nowhere?
It was something that came out of nowhere.
I bet you she's from the Bronx. Big shout out to everybody listening to the QSJ Radio. I had to say that. You know what I mean? I bet you she's from the Bronx. But listen, shout out to everybody listening. James Ryder is here. We're talking about things going on right now with the band Ryder. Um, you know, uh, Signing to a UK based label is, something that, people on the internet would think is a scam. If you, I still, did you guys go to the UK? Was there somebody that came to visit, or how'd you get in contact with Band Monkey? Was it a knock on the door or your door?
It was an email.
Uh,
Basically, we had released our album, Killer Karma, in 2020 during the pandemic, and I worked with a friend of mine, Catherine Campbell, who lives over in Scotland. She helped us do some radio promo and help push it around. Especially during those times. I mean, it's the one of the good things that came out of the
yeah,
pandemic. People were home,
yeah.
and people were bored, and people were listening. So we she helped us get the album out, and Terry from Bad Monkey, heard it and contacted me, said, "Hey, we're putting a label together, and would you guys want to be a part of it?" And it made sense, so we did.
Now, being a part of a label has its myths, right? Or especially from the underground sound, right? You lose creativity. There's this, there's that. Like, is it really like that, or did you guys win out of this situation?
Oh no, we came out pretty well. We have 100% full artistic control, so we can write. We can write pretty much anything. It's basically, as long as we, make songs that are of quality to be played on radio and everywhere else, we're good.
Man, you got we got to get some people like Bad Monkey. Big shout out to her. Listen. And if you guys are not following Ryder, please make sure you guys are following them. Facebook, Instagram. I think they're on TikTok. I think they're doing their thing, and things like that. So recently, you guys, pandemic is basically a pastime, which is it kind of sucks that people looked at it like that, or do look at it like that. There was, very very sad times. Now, people are looking at each other different, are checking things out. Did this affect the band and the growth and some breakups in there or some separations from people?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely took a toll. At the time, everything was shutting down and everything was starting. I mean, we were out literally the last weekend before New York State shut down. We did three shows. That Friday we were in Seabrook, New Hampshire, and that Saturday we did a two for matinee in Rochester and an evening show in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, I was
And
upstate. Whew.
yeah, at the time Rochester was like a hotbed. Like there was like they were quarantining it, and we're sitting there, we're going, and it's like as soon as we're driving, it was a fucking ghost town. Like
Oh
it
my god.
was, yeah, it was eerie. It was absolutely eerie, and we played the show in Buffalo, and all four of us, as you do, at 1 o'clock in the morning, the only place that's open is Denny's.
Yep.
So we're all sitting around Denny's. I'm eating my Grand Slam, and the other guys are eating, and we're just all sitting here. I'm like, man, if we hear one more person say fucking COVID, like we're gonna pop them in the mouth. Like
Yeah.
this is
Wow.
crazy. Little did we know that coming back, it was like, holy shit. Like we didn't know, and it was, yeah, we were on the shelf for like a year and a half.
For a band, especially if you guys were on the road, it, the stoppage, the creativity. Some people say that it was a good time to come with the creative part. I do have one question that's coming out of Brooklyn, New York, right now. That is, what is the creative process of Ryder? What what does that consist of?
Basically, one of us, brings an idea to the table, whether it be a lyric or a guitar riff or anything else, and we just build on top of it. It's like a puzzle. We see what works.
You know, you can't freestyle that, guys. Let me tell you. Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. We're going to take a little break real quick and come back and talk to James about things that are going to happen for Ryder as they go forward. This one right here is called Hard Time on QSJRadio.com.
I'm sitting in the courtroom, waiting for the judge. No point in fighting the racist run. Jonesing Bellison or hear my plea feels better lock me up and
Hard Time, Ryder. Find that on Spotify, all streaming platforms. You know, you guys just came back from West Babylon, and you did a signing, right? It was in store. I'm assuming it was an in store performance, and signing at the same time. How'd that feel getting back in that kind of realm?
Oh my God, it's awesome. It feels wonderful. We hadn't really. That was actually the first one we've ever done.
Wow. What?
Yeah, so it was really cool. I mean, we got to sit at the table, and people were coming with CDs, and it was awesome to talk with people. And then we right next to us, they had a little stage. I mean, it was definitely a little cramped, but we made it work. We got on stage, we did 4 songs, and then right afterwards, closed up shop, and then we ended up moving over to the Lindenhurst Diner, and we met up with a couple fans, a couple friends, family, and we had a really really nice meal together, and
Just
just hung
chilled.
out.
Just
Yeah.
chilled. That's lovely. That's lovely. I know that was picture day right there. I know that was picture day. Everybody. Well, I'm glad that everything is, kind of falling into place, um, because it could be hard. I know a lot of people, quote unquote, fell off. They don't want to do this thing anymore. They found, they want to weave baskets now. They wanna, they want. Everybody's weaving baskets. Like, yo, bro, stop. But find a hobby, and then they took it. Everybody makes T-shirts now. Um, but you guys keep on trucking. You, James, this has to be hard because being the lead guy, letting people go. I mean, I'm sure that it's almost like a touchy subject here, but how now do you try to keep things together even in a rough time?
Just basically, just keep doing what we're doing. Try to keep being active. I mean, here's the truth of the matter. I mean, I love doing this. I love going out there. I love performing. I love creating music. And, if that's something you want to do, awesome. If that's something you don't want to do, that's fine too. I mean, there's the door. No one's holding a gun to your head.
If you guys are just tuning in, we got James Ryder here, lead singer and guitarist out of Ryder, the band from New York City. There's a reason you have to say that. There's a reason you have to say that. One is that's the easiest way to find them on Instagram. Okay, Ryder_NY. Make sure you guys go and check them out and follow them. If I got a lot of people in the audience that are asking artist questions, please. I don't want to be the middleman anymore. Make sure you guys go and hit them up because I don't do the business deals. I'm done. You guys go ahead and figure that out. Stop being shy. I can't be no middleman no more. I'm done. My curls are getting gray. So Ryder, what's going on for Ryder? 2023 looks like it's already busy, and that's really good. But what's the plan? What's the plan?
Play shows, write more music, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Now, taking time to do like the interviews, sometimes you're hopeful that the person knows how to talk. Somebody knows the history. Nobody's asking you these dry questions. It does get repetitive, but is it important? That's the question. Is it important for you to continuously do these interviews?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's hands down. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's your audience, if it's somebody else's audience. there are people who have seen you before, and there are plenty of people who haven't before, and hopefully, everyone who's listening to QSJ Radio, I mean, check us out. I'm sure this is probably the first time they're hearing us.
The reason I bring that up is because our main thing here is focusing on the unsigned artists, but you guys got blessed with a deal and things like that. But at one time you were unsigned. Or one time it was like, which way do we go? Like, how does this work? And I bring these things up because it's about that, growing your audience. Now, how can you grow your audience if you're still at the same place? It has to be. People don't get lucky to have a resident place like Times Square where the audience is always changing, you know? But the people that work there still work there, right? Like, it's still some people that are probably tired of listening to you, probably tired of hearing you. If you're not changing that, if you're not taking the risk these guys are drive. What are you guys? Are you guys making your way back to Rochester anytime soon?
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working on a few, but we've put on a few miles. I mean, we've been to 28 out of the 50 states and 2 provinces of Canada. So
there you go. And I'm over here scared to go to the West Coast right now. Like, I'm not even playing. I'm trying to get out there in a month. But 28 out of the 50. That's a lot of keychains.
yeah.
That's. Do you try to grab memorabilia from every place that you go? Because that's sentimental. That's
Sometimes, I mean, it's sometimes you don't even like. A lot of people have like a glamorous view of like what touring is, and it's not. It's basically drive 5 hours, depending on how long it takes to get there. Either you go to the hotel or you go to the venue.
wow. Yeah.
So if you're going to the venue, you're in the venue, load in, set up, sound check, wait, play your show, finish up the night, maybe have a quick bite to eat, sign some pictures, take some photos, go back to the hotel, finally take that shower, and then go to bed for like 30 minutes, wake up, drive another 5 hours, rinse, repeat, just different town.
I appreciate that you let people understand, like, touring is not glamorous. And another thing about that, and you probably could, let me know if I'm incorrect, but sometimes you go broke. Sometimes you are hoping you can find something to eat, or you brought something to eat, or it's on the road. It always feels like it's almost like it's prepared for, but it's unprepared for, and it's unhealthy. It's like crazy. Like, what are some of the worst times that you had as on the road?
Oh man. Well, luckily we've been blessed with some really really good times on the road. I'll venture by saying that. The closest we've had to a bad time, driving 18 hours from Nashville, Tennessee to Granbury, Texas, showing up at the venue in Dallas for I don't know if it was the general manager or whoever.
Okay.
Basically like, oh, well, your tour manager said you canceled the tour. Well, if we canceled the tour, we wouldn't be 1,500 miles away from home.
Oh my gosh.
So so there was a thing, like, we showed up, it's like, oh yeah, we didn't know if the show was still going on. And it's one of those moments where it's like, all right, you're running on 30 minutes sleep, so it's like, all right, keep your cool.
Yeah.
Keep your cool. Don't hold him by the scruff of his neck. Keep your cool.
Oh no.
So, but
18 hours. But uh, a lot of people don't. That sounds like the most common thing possible. The miscommunication, and it could have been from them. It could have been from you. It could have been from anybody, and it's just like things will get busy. I don't know what you guys do down there, so if it's a priority, then you guys will hit me up. Like it becomes selfish, and that's probably that's why I hope when you get paid enough, or get somebody else to do this shit, because oh my god,
yeah,
18 hours, bro. No,
18 hours.
no.
18 hours. I mean, obviously we had to stop to,
Yeah, yeah.
but but yeah, no, it was a grueling drive. It was. I remember we got through Texarkana. We just got to the Texas border. I'm like, oh shit, I'm almost here. 3 hours 45 minutes to go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you guys are just tuning in, talking to James Ryder, probably about some of the worst times on the road. But those are experiences, right? Those are learning, learning things, and I just wanted to point those things out because some artists that listen, think that these things are given to them. They're and it's really not. The grind is doing things out of your comfort zone, um, letting somebody else drive even though they make you car sick. uh, Fucking leaving your favorite foods at home because nobody likes the smell. It's an incredible ordeal. Best time on the road, James. What right now? What was some of the best times on the road?
Oh man. God, there's so many. I mean, we played out in California for New Year's Eve at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Ooh.
Seeing a drunk Ricky Rackman hanging off of the balcony and almost falling over. There's that. Seeing Ron Jeremy passed out
Ooh.
at the Rainbow up the street. Um, God.
Shout out to Ron Jeremy, by the way.
Yeah. Playing Rocklahoma in 2018 to like 3,000 people. I mean, there's that.
Wow.
The night before, actually, here's a fun little story. For anyone from Oklahoma, or if you've been to Oklahoma, we stayed at the Motel 6 in Catoosa, which is right across from the Hard Rock Cafe, the casino. There are a lot of crackheads. So, I was busy.
Okay.
And my other guys decide to go down and, smoke a joint.
Okay.
So one of the crackheads walks up, right as they're doing that, oh yeah, can I get a puff? Can I do that? And he has a garbage bag like full of shit. And he's like pulling out pictures and documents. He pulls out a fucking steering wheel to a car. And I'm sitting there like, so my drummer calls me. He's like, dude, we got a problem. Like they're casing our trailer.
Stop.
Like this is a problem. Thank God the friend that I was with, she calls a favor, and she calls her friend, and her friend is like, yeah, you can just drop off the trailer at my house, which is close to the campground, so that way it was safe.
Yeah. So
we dropped the trailer off, and then it almost became like Mission Impossible, because me and my old bass player and my guitar player barricade themselves in the hotel room. Like they literally moved the dresser in front of the drawer. In front of the door. It was the funniest thing possible. And me and my drummer just go out, and we drive to the Rocklahoma campgrounds to like throw them off the scent, because we saw the tweakers getting this like weird.
Oh my gosh.
So we're like, we don't know if they're following us.
Yeah.
We go to the campgrounds. They let us in, so we got to see the stage the night before. We got to meet a few people. Like it was so fucking awesome. And then Then we hit up Sonic and got some 99-cent corn dogs. Came back and we had a great night ever since.
Yo, yo. Oh man, that's that bad vibe shit. Like, damn, we got the wrong place. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, yeah. Big shout out to everybody listening. We're talking to James Ryder, lead singer and guitarist of the band Ryder from New York City, Queens, New York to be exact. We talked about how the band was put together, how they overcame the pandemic, how deep this song is. Guys, you guys got to listen to the story. It is scary. And, you know, we're talking about good and bad times of the tour. But one of these questions I got, it kind of leads back to the unsigned artist. You know, this grind or you know this journey, it leads you to like meet new people just like that. I know the conversations get deep. I know the conversations could be kind of fake or whatever, you know, the situation might be. But if you've seen, which I'm sure that you have, new talent, they just got on, you know, got together, things like that, and you know if they ever had to ask you for advice, what would some of that advice be?
Keep working hard. Practice. Own your shit. The best advice that was given to me is that if you don't believe in your music, then how do you expect other people to believe in it? So, you have to, practice your craft, hone your craft, cut your teeth. Don't be afraid to experiment and just believe in yourself. Because if you have to believe in yourself if you want other people to believe in you.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. I got one more thing to go down.
We have now started our fast round where our guests are asked a few questions about themselves that they wouldn't expect us to ask. Don't worry, it's not like that. Hope you didn't think we were that underground.
All right. Usually I don't do the last fast round last, but you know, we kind of went through it and things like that. If you guys want to make sure that you save James and the band Ryder from any kind of scrutiny from these questions, make sure you guys ask them in the chat and let them. And if you haven't yet, please drop a question in there. I'm letting the latency go because it's not like I didn't ask them to ask questions. Okay, ask questions. All right? And let us know where you're from. All right. So first question I got for you, right? It's coming out of Brooklyn, New York. Would you and or the band collab with an R&B artist?
Yeah, totally.
Now, would that be a little hard, difficult, or would that take some medication to make it happen? Because I don't understand how that would go down.
I'm down to try.
All right, now that you got your answer, make sure you go and hit that Instagram because I'm not no middleman. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so is cereal soup? Why or why not?
The cereal soup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider it soup.
And why?
I don't know, because maybe I might just be one of those weird people that, there's certain cereals that sometimes you put milk in, and there's other ones that you just eat right out of the box.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Damn. No, I don't think so.
What is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
Taking selfies.
You think so, though?
Oh, yeah.
You know that kind of been around for longer than social media, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things. Like I don't know. It's like you see some people, they're taking selfies, like they're standing in the middle of a crosswalk.
There you go. Boom. Somebody snap that. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen?
Best Wi-Fi name. I use mobile data mostly. So.
Kate is she's like, I know you got a selfie somewhere. She's no. Find it, and post it. Tag them. In 40 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for? I'm hitting 40. I'm in my 40s now. I could tell you.
In 40 years, what are people gonna be nostalgia for? I'm gonna say streaming services because
Bro.
they're probably gonna find a way to hardwire it to your brain.
Yo, that's that rabbit hole talk, bro. That's that.
Listen, AI. I watched the Terminator. I know what happens when they get in the Skynet. Come on.
Oh snap! Oh man. Uh, what kind of secret society would you like to start? Since we're getting into that.
I'm not good at starting secret societies. I'm in a band. I form public societies.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Being from New York, what do you think is the best type of cheese?
Best type of cheese. Well, I mean, obviously mozzarella. I mean, we have the best pizza. So.
I'm gonna get it for that because I got some people from Chicago in here. They're gonna
Listen,
come hard.
all due respect to Chicago, deep dish is a wonderful. Like it tastes good. I've been to a few places. I've played Chicago before. It's really really awesome. I just wouldn't call it pizza.
Oof. 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 Talk about naming food. If peanut butter wasn't named peanut butter, what would it be called?
Oh shit. Yeah, well, I don't even fucking know. That's
All good, bro. All good. If life were a video game, what would be the cheat codes?
shit. I'd have to go dig out some old Game Informers and get some PS2 cheat codes.
Yo, did he say Game Informer? Holy shit.
Up, down, left, right, square.
This dude hit me with the. Do I got one of those? Yeah, I do. Look, they still got.
Go.
They still got Game Informers out. Okay. But people don't understand. Like, if you had Game Informers back in the day, you were kind of like, you had cable.
Even further back in the day, they used to sell the manuals with the cheat codes in them, pre-internet.
Oh, let me put that back in a few minutes. Shout out to the gamer life. What is the funniest name that you actually heard used in the real world?
Funniest name. That would be the nickname given to my bass player.
Oh no.
He was given the nickname Zippy
Oh.
because we played the 2300 Arena, which, if you're a wrestling fan, that's the old ECW Arena in South Philly. We played there last July, and unbeknownst to Eric, his fly was down the entire show, the entire set. Thankfully the goods weren't showing, so it was good. But our good friend Greg comes up afterwards and he's just like, from now on I'm gonna call you Zippy.
Zippy. Zippy, if you're listening, and I'm sorry we went viral. Coming out of Queens, New York, to live with no Wi-Fi or without a phone charger?
I could live without Wi-Fi. I got Verizon. The phone charger. I mean, shit, you need that.
Don't tell nobody, but this is my last broadcast with my current internet service provider. I've gotten to Verizon. We going we're going to Verizon tomorrow, guys. Listen,
Nice.
listen, don't tell nobody. Even though that's whatever. If the states in the USA were represented by food, what food would each state be represented by? I'm not going to say 50 states here, but let's say Tennessee.
Pulled pork.
Okay. Atlanta, Georgia.
Peach tea.
Okay. Dude, cheating. Florida, if you say orange juice.
Gator poppers.
Gator poppers. You know what? New York.
Pizza.
All day, all day. Jersey.
Sub sandwiches.
Okay. And Oregon.
Corn.
Did you say?
Corn.
Okay.
not corn. Maybe.
Right.
Both.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. I'm the unsigned artist. James has survived the fast round. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. James Ryder, from the band Ryder, lead singer and guitarist. Their single out right now, Lillian's Lullaby. You got a new single dropping tomorrow, right? Where's that going to be dropping at?
Oh, well, we have a brand new album coming out tomorrow.
Ooh, album. What the
Yeah, Lillian's Lullaby Acoustic, the song that came out before, and it did come out on 420. So, anyone lighten up. The album coming out tomorrow is called Ryder Live. It is a 13-song record. Lillian's is one of the songs on it. The other 12 were recorded live at Lucky 13 Saloon in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
So it was recorded this past December. So it's on all streaming services: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, whatever the hell you use. I mean, shit, if you're cheap, go on YouTube and search it up on YouTube.
If you're cheap, don't tell those people that.
Listen,
they're paying child support now. You know,
we still get that 34th of a cent. Either way.
30. I know. So ride or die, is that what?
Oh, Ryder Live.
Ride or Live. So it's a live recording. Now I feel like this is something that you've always wanted to do. Was it at the venue you always wanted to record it at too?
It was at a venue that's been really good to us. I mean, I'm a junkie for live records. I mean, to be able to do one myself. I did a live EP in 2018, which was really cool. That was at a club out in Queens called Blackthorn 51. And this time around, we just had the opportunity to kind of, recreate the magic, but, obviously a little bit older, a little wiser, and more songs.
Man. Oh, it's almost time, guys. 2 hours, hopefully. With the servers up. James Ryder, thank you so much, representing Ryder out of Queens, New York. And thanks so much for coming on the show with us, talking to us, bringing us this sensitive story from what happened. Kate is like, oh, man, I miss Blackthorn 51.
The diner next door was also great too. It was the Nevada Diner, best pancakes at 2 a.m.
Oh man, you guys were clubbers. I can't do the club thing, man. Shout out to everybody listening. James, thank you so much, and hopefully we get to talk soon. How the summer goes. I know you guys are gonna be busy pushing this new project. And, the best of luck to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Well, let me play a song. I'll play a song for the ending. Thank you so much, James. We'll talk soon.
from your hips. The sweet nectar burns against my lips. I'm afflicted, bound in this sick, twisted hell. Could have lost my soul in your web lies. Cast your spell, pull the veil over my eyes. You tricked me and drew me in. Skin on skin, the words you resist. Why did you make your kiss so sweet? Lilith's lullaby. Lilith's lullaby. You tricked me and drew me in. Skin on skin, no words to resist. Why did you make your kiss so sweet? Lilith's lullaby. You tricked me and drew me in. Skin on skin. Why did you make your kiss so sweet? Lilith's lullaby. Lilith's lullaby.
Big shout outs to that. Shout out to Ryder. You guys want more information on Ryder, please go to Ryder_NY on IG. You can find their information on there. We are doing a bunch of things right now. Big shout out to everybody listening in. Okay, you can relax over there. I got a feeling another song's about to come on. Oh, no. We're good. Yo. Can't hear that. Can you guys hear that? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. If you guys didn't know, we're 11 days in from our fundraiser with the Chaos Coven. We have raised over, I think, $1,700. Let me see, because I don't want to think crazy. Yes, over $1,700 raised. Goal of $5,000. 11 days in. Shout to Chaos Coven, the call to arms. We are still taking donations for stackedup.org, StackedUp.org helps veterans and allied forces combat suicide through gaming. It's a great cause. Imagine that, man. Just it's great stuff. So every $10, somebody is in a raffle for a $100 gift card that is basically towards gaming, and one lucky person is going to win a new Nintendo Switch OLED, which is valued at $350. So you get a drawing for that. But if you don't want it, just let us know. But yeah, man, do something for the vets. It's Suicide Awareness Month. You already know the deal. So, and another thing that Stacked Up does is they actually send some of these people to these geek culture type events. So they get free tickets, hotel rooms, and they get to basically be themselves. So big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. How many unsigned artists? I did get the bad signal, but I don't see anybody with a bad signal on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some starts in. Nah, it's all good, man. I'm a little rusty. Been playing the devil's game. I gotta go get some tea. I'll be right back. String. This thing didn't update. X this out. Do I have any more up? Yes, I do. Stop here. Stop